This World War II Wilkinson officer's sword had a very interesting owner. Find out who that was right after the intro. Hi, I'm Peter and welcome to the History and Sabre Suites, the channel where I talk about HEMA, history and swords. Today's video is about this sword. I've already shown this in a previous video, but today I found out who it belonged to, and it's a very interesting story. So first of all, how did I get this? Well, here in Austria, as I also said in a previous video, those swords, British officer swords, are not very common and you don't really find them a lot. But around 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago, I found a local small ad online for this sword for a good price, and it's the 1892 thrusting blade, which I hadn't handled myself yet. And I thought, why not pick it up? What I also did right away with Wilkinson swords, as most of you might know, every Wilkinson sword from the Victorian period onwards comes with a serial number stamped on the spine. And at Arms Research UK, you can find out who that sword belonged to, because they have the Wilkinson proof ledger in storage and they can just look it up for you. So that's what I did. In the meantime, I cleaned it up and today I got the results. The officer who purchased this sword was called Colin Dunford Wood, and he graduated from Sandhurst Royal Military College in 1938. Now, if we look at the Wilkinson proof record, you can see in the top left corner, you can see the sword's serial number and the dates it was proof at Wilkinson sword. You can also see the description, GRI, which stands for George Rex Imperator, as Emperor of India. And then you can see the buyer's name and regiment. So it's C. Dunford Wood and Indian Army. At this point, I wasn't really surprised because I already knew that he had to have been in Indian service, and I prepared myself for an afternoon of digging through army lists to see what branch of service he was in and maybe what else he did in service. Then I thought, why not just Google the name, and out of sheer luck, I got great results. Now, the first thing that came up was a book on Google Books on a David Greville Haygate by Sally Ann Greville Haygate, and it's a biography, a World War II biography, and in that book, Dunford Wood was also mentioned, and that's how I found out his first name. Now, the next thing that came up in my Google search was actually a blog dedicated to the owner of this sword alone, and there's a bunch of his diary entries, and it's so cool. So I came across this blog of Colin Dunford Wood's son, who has collected and published his father's very detailed diary entries from World War II, spanning many years. When it said that he graduated from Sandhurst in 1938 and went on to serve in the Leicestershire Regiment in India, I knew I had found my man. Interestingly though, he went back to England and joined the RAF after cheating in the eyesight test, and was sent to Iraq, India and Burma to serve as a pilot there. Eventually, he returned to the Northern European theatre and continued his diary after the war until his death in 1972. As you saw, this sword belonged to a very interesting person. I already contacted his family and I'm hoping to send the sword back to England to the family it came from and where it belongs. I'd also like to recommend the blog I was talking about because it's very interesting. If you're into history or World War II at all, I highly recommend it. I will link it down in the description below. On that note, thank you for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. See you around. Bye bye.